I'm using the course of Nélio Alves to train the exercise of today was to train the to work more with my try and catch structure. So I create a program. That's not the better way to do it. So I just warning you, that's not the best way to do it. So I'm trying. I create a simple program and I create two runtime exceptions right now with serialization, and with that I create only one constructor that receives the message that we will be sending to the thing. We can just get this the same pattern that the other. Okay, it's better. Uh, I create these two exceptions because the withdraw exceptions goes into accounts. We create an account and we throws illegal arguments exceptions if one of the arguments are invalid, like if the holder name is blank, if the number of the account is less than zero, and because we don't have accounts with negative numbers, and the balance or withdrawal limit is less than zero, because any account can have limits below zero and balance below zero. So if everything goes right, we create the account, and we have the getters and setters, and one setter just to alter the name if needed, and the deposit method. And the important here is the withdraw method. So if the balance, uh, we here have the withdraw exception that we create because it's a specific exception just to withdraw. And this exception deals with anything inside withdraw method. We can create any another one to deposit and to other methods if necessary, but that's not the case. It's just a simple program that we are trying to create to work with the last lesson in the course. Okay. That being said, we here have the first exception, withdraw exception, with the message that if you try to withdraw the money and you don't have the money in the account, insufficient funds, transaction declined, and transaction declined if the limit, the value that you are trying to withdraw are above the limit. So that are the two. If everything goes right, we have two messages that goes like you okay, transaction completed, and the total account. We have this other exception right here, and this exception is just because of one case. I will warn you again. This is just for my lesson in the course. So okay, it's my lesson in the course, and I'm warning you this because there are better ways to use this thing that I'm doing. This if statement is better. Is there are a lot more ways that more efficient than throw an exception uh, in the main flow of the events. Okay, so this is just to exercise what I'm trying to learn in the course. Okay, right. That being said, I try if someone tries to initiate an account with less than uh, zero money, the program throws an exception, and this is an invalid input exception because you can't uh, you can initiate an account with less than zero monies. uh, and we say that in the account too, you can have a limit below zero because will impact in the how much money you can have. Like you in the logic, you cannot have zero as a withdrawn limit, but we will live there in the moment. It's just to simplify the lesson. And if you try to add a limit below zero, throws an exception too. Okay, the important thing is the flow of the program is here and if anything goes wrong, the program catch using one of these three catches. Why have three catches here? Because withdraw exception, illegal argument exception, and invalid input exceptions are extended by the same runtime exception, and input mismatch exception are extended by another one, and that is something that we cannot add in the same validation here. Okay, and exception and error are extended by throwable, so can't go in here and can't go in here too. Okay, that's the program. We are only training or try and catch structured lessons. So this is one lesson of to exercise my try and catch structure training. So when you try to initiate the program, we are going to induce the error. So we have here an account, my name, and the initial balance is less than 0. You get an error, and that's working. Okay, you can add 15 here passes because we don't throw an exception here. But when you try, the account number is greater than by 0, because in the account we have this throwable error. That's the lesson for today of the course of Nelio Alves from Udemy. That's my lesson for today.